Screen. Oh. Now is it clear? Yes? So we'll just go through the third unit, then we'll start the fourth unit, right? Last time I remember I've completed 2 units, right? Coming to the third unit, it is about data visualization in this classification of visualization systems, right? Hope my voice is clear till the back. So what do you mean by visualization system first of all? What do you mean by visualization? Yes, some complex data which is given, it is converted in the form of graphs or charts or some plots, right? So this visualization, why are we using it? Because if you show some data to someone, they'll not be able to understand it, right? So to convert that into some pictorial form, we are using this data visualization. Yeah, please settle down fast. So here, what are the examples of data visualization? That is visualization system is Tableau, you're having MATLAB libraries, right? So coming to the classification of visual systems, there are 3 classifications. Yes, I don't want any disturbance at the back, please be quiet, right? So there are 3 types of classifications. What are they? Scientific visualization, information visualization and visual analytics. So what is the scientific? It is representing some different models. Scientific visualization. Coming to information visualization, it is representing in the form of charts and graphs. And this third visualization, that is visual analytics, is a combination of scientific visualization and information visualization. Please take this picture. Please take it down. Classification of visualization systems. There are 3 types of visualization systems. Everyone has to write it. Just write down classification of visualization systems. In between, I'll ask someone to explain what is that concept. Clear? Just write down these 3 words. That is, types of visualization are scientific, information visualization, and the third one is visual analytics. So this visual analytics is a combination of scientific visualization and information visualization. So what do you mean by scientific visualization? It is 3D models, just form of images. So what are the 3 classification of visualization systems? Scientific, information and visual analytics. So what is scientific visualization? You are getting some data in the form of images, right? Next is information visualization in the form of charts. What are the different charts? We'll go through that. That is bar chart, pie chart, okay, histogram, all those things. And the third one is visual analytics. It is nothing but it creates a dashboard. So in the last time when I came, I told what is a dashboard. What do you mean by a dashboard? Dashboard and anything. You see some websites and all that. What do you mean by a dashboard? Yes, just basic information what is provided on the sheet. For example, you open Amazon shopping site, అందరూ ఓపెన్ చేస్తారు. ఫస్ట్ మనకు అది ఏం కనిపిస్తుంది, దాన్ని ఏమంటారు? డాష్ బోర్డ్ అంటారు. డాష్ బోర్డ్లో ఏముంటాయి? At that point of time, what is available on discount, right? All those things, that is called as a dashboard. In that you find images, right? Some information. So this images and charts with a collection of information is called as visual analytics. So in visual analytics, what do you create? You create some different types of dashboards. Just write down dashboard for visual analytics. అయిపోయిందా? Yes. So just what is all these things? Simple thing. What do you mean by scientific visualization? Means you are using for some scientific work or representing some images, right? Then information visualization means in the form of different charts. Last rows, please be quiet. And visual analytics is nothing but a combination of both of them. It creates a dashboard. Clear? Next, what are the systems in data visualization? What is a system? Right. So, what exactly is a visualization means what? What do you mean by visualization first of all? Data visualization means what? Some data you are representing in the form of a image. Right. If I tell you a movie, if I tell something about a movie, will you understand it clearly? Or if you see the image, you will understand clearly. Images. That is called as visualization. Here, some project you are representing in the form of an image or some charts is called as visualization. So, what is the components of visualization systems is data source, right? The raw data from the different databases. Clear? So, what do you mean by this? What do you mean by this? What do you mean by raw data? Raw data and enti. Raw data means what? Some you're collecting some data from different data sets. సింపుల్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఏం తీసుకుంటారమ్మా షాపింగ్ తీసుకోండి మనకి ఎన్ని షాపింగ్ సైట్స్ ఉన్నాయి ఇప్పుడు నేను ఒక ఐటమ్ కొనాలి రైట్ వాట్ డు ఐ డూ డైరెక్ట్లీ డు ఐ గో అండ్ డూ షాపింగ్ ఇన్ వన్ సైట్ ఆర్ డు ఐ చెక్ ఫ్రమ్ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ దెమ్ వాట్ డు ఐ డూ దేర్ చెక్ ఫ్రమ్ ద డిఫరెంట్ వెబ్సైట్స్ సో వాట్ ఈస్ మై రా డేటా అట్ దట్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ టైం నాకు ఏం కావాలి నేను ఒక ఐటమ్ కొనాలి ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఐ వాంట్ టు బై షూస్ సో దట్ ఈస్ మై రా డేటా clear. So this raw data, what I'm doing, I'm going to the different data sources like Flipkart, Amazon, Meesho, all these things I will go. I'll do surveys from them. So what is this database? From their side, I'm taking out the different pictures of all the shoes, what are available. Clear? And I'm doing a survey. Right? After that, I'm processing my data. Processing means what? What do you mean by processing the data? ఇప్పుడు ఒక షూ తీసుకున్నాను నేను రైట్ ఐ టుక్ ఇట్ ఫ్రమ్ డిఫరెంట్ వెబ్సైట్స్ ఫ్రమ్ దట్ ఐ ఫైనలైజ్ ఐ వాంట్ ఫ్రమ్ 2 different websites that is called as processing means what I remove unwanted data ఇందులోకే నాకు అవసరం లేదు నాకు ఇందులోకేనే కావాలని ఒక 2-3 వెబ్సైట్స్ తీసుకుంటాను రైట్ దట్ is called as processing next convert the data into visual form means what you just see the images of that next one is user interface means what you try to buy that product from that particular site is that clear. So, what are the different examples of visualization systems means? That is Tableau, Power BI or MATLAB libraries, right? MATLAB libraries. These are the different examples. So, this is the process of cleaning the data, right? You did not write this one. Next, what do you mean by interaction in data visualization? What do you mean by interaction? Interaction means what? What is interaction? Interaction means what? I'm trying to interact with you all, right? So interaction in data visualization is nothing but it allows us to explore the data, right? It allows you to change, the manipulate the data. Means what? I told about the shoe. I want to change the color of the shoe. Very color cover, right? I search for the data and analyze the data visually. Visually, whatever you are seeing, that is called as interaction in data visualization. Right? Just put down interaction in data visualization. See, I'll be asking you all in between what you're doing, what are we doing? Interaction in data visualization. What does it do? It allows us to explore. It allows us to explore, manipulate. It allows us to explore, manipulate, and analyze data visually and analyze data visually. Yes, please write down types of interaction. So what are the different types of interaction you're doing here? Kanpistuna? Yes. So what are the different types of visualization here? Sorry, interaction. One is zooming the data, right? First type of interaction is zooming. So what did I do just now? I have zoomed the data here. So what happened here? What you want to see, you can see that particular data. Here, it allows us to focus on, zooming means it allows us to focus on, specific parts of data, allows us to focus on specific parts of data. Whose mobile is ringing? Second one is filters. Filters. What do you mean by filtering? I remember I told it last time. Filters. Removing unwanted data, right? You're filtering the data, right? Users select only relevant data. Third one is highlighting. What do you mean by highlighting? When you're writing your exam, you highlight your side headings, right? So in this interaction, what are the different types of interaction? Things you do in interaction is you zoom the data, you filter the data, highlight the data, and drill down. Means you take only what is required for your work. Drill down. Drill down. ఏమైనా అవ్వలేదా? I'm telling na, you write down. First one is zooming. Zooming the data. Your mobile inside. Please put all the other books inside. Are you here? Where is your notes? Where is your pen? Hello. Please put it inside. See, I don't want. Yes, please stop talking. Now, see here. What are the different visualization techniques? Write down visualization techniques. So, this was already done in your second unit. Visualization techniques. So, what are the techniques to convert data into different representations, graphical representations? So, what are the different techniques you're having? You're having bar chart. What do you mean by bar chart? What is bar chart? Second unit is completely about charts and graphs. Andena? So, what is a bar chart? What is a bar chart? You take a line like this, right? You have different bars, right? You represent the data in the form of graphs, right? This is called as a bar chart. For what do you use this one? For making some comparison, right? So what are different visualization techniques is? First one is using a bar chart. For what? For comparing values, right? Next one is a line chart. What do you mean by line chart? You have your data like this. This is X, this is Y, right? You show the trend like this. This is a line chart. Daily we see the value of gold. It keeps increasing and decreasing in the form of this chart. This is called as line chart. So what do you do this one? to show the trend over time. Means yesterday what was its cost, today what is its cost, or what could be the cost, right? That is a line chart. Next one. So why do you use line chart? To show trends over time. To show trends over time. ఎలా చేయాలమ్మా జూమ్ జూమ్ చేయాలి అవ్వట్లేదు ఇలా ఇది వేసుకున్నా కదా స్కెచ్ స్టార్ట్ చేసి ఎస్ స్టాప్ టాకింగ్ yes please stop talking yes what was the second one first one was bar graph second one was line chart third one is for what scatter plot what do you mean by scatter plot do you remember in the first unit it was told why do you use scatter plots why did we use when did we use scatter plots if you were there in the last class when I came scatter plots were used during the era when soldiers fought during the world war where soldiers fought right they used this chart to identify where are the soldiers where they have fell down to find out that particular positions they have used that chart okay some lady has created that chart this is called as a scatter plot. It is called as a scatter plot. What does it do is it identifies the people wherever they found after they died. Okay, they lost their life. They use this map to find where the people were. Okay, by using this scatter plot. So what does this show? It shows relationship between the variables. What is that? That is scatter plot. It shows relationship between variables. And the fourth one is heat map. What do you mean by heat map? Yes, it is in the form of a circle. Okay, not pie chart, it is in the form of a circle. It is used to represent values by using some different colors. Clear? So these are the visualization techniques. So here, these are the examples. So what is this? This is a bar chart. Similarly, we have done scatter plot, right? Next, write on visualization of 1, 2 and multi-dimensional data. Visualization of 1, 2 and multi-dimensional data. So see here, what do you mean by one-dimensional? Can you tell me an example of one-dimensional data? One dimension అంటే ఏంటి? ఫస్ట్ ఇయర్ లో నేర్చుకుండొచ్చు మీరు arrays. Arrays అంటే ఏంటి? One dimensional dataనే కదా, right? So here what are you doing? You represent an array in this form, right? So you are representing the data in the form of one variable. You use only one variable to represent one dimensional data, that is a of x, right? So this x variable will be found. So by using one dimensional data. So I don't data with only one variable. Data with only one variable. It is used to understand. It is used to understand distribution of frequency. It is used to understand distribution of frequency. So what are you doing here? You are showing the data. Just put on this example. It is showing the age of different people. For example, I want to find the age of students in this class. I'm using one-dimensional data using a bar chart. Right? Put on this example. To find the age, find the age of people, we use a bar chart. We use a bar chart. Example. For this example, it is used to show the distribution of numerical data. It is used to show the distribution of numerical data. Now, what about two-dimensional data? What do you call two-dimensional data as? Two-dimension means what? Example. Can we talk about a matrix? Is a matrix a 2D data or no? Yes? So write down two-dimensional data. Two-dimensional data. Example, a matrix which is represented in the form of rows and columns. It is represented in the form of rows and columns. And the third one is multi-dimensional data. Multi-dimensional data it shows the trend in data. It shows the trend in data over time. It's not this, right? It shows the trend in data over time. Now, see here, please listen, stop talking. What do you mean by misleading? Misleading means what? See, everything is in the form of simple English. You have to understand that. What do you mean by misleading visualization? Misleading means what? For example, you are coming to this class in this direction. I say your class is that side. So what happened there? You are misled into some other direction. Clear? So here also you are talking about misleading visualization. So write down misleading visualization. Misleading visualization. Under that you write down misleading visualization. Misleading visualization presents data. Misleading visualization presents data in a way, presents data in a way that confuses or in a way that confuses or misleads the real information. That confuses or misleads the real information. Now, in the form of chart, what is the misleading information you will get? Misleading and wrong information. How do you get? Now, in a chart, what do you do? Always you have to start from zero, right? You have to show your trend from zero, right? And then, if it is zero నుంచి కాకుండా నేను ఏం చేస్తున్నాను? I'm taking from 10. I'm putting my graph from 10. So what is happening here? It is giving you wrong information. Clear? So what is the reason for wrong information? Write down causes of misleading visualization. Causes of misleading visualization. The first one is truncated axis. Truncated. Truncated. Truncated axis. AXIS. That is starting a value other than 0. Starting a value other than 0. Just put a simple example like this. Put this graph. Here it is starting from 0, but I am putting a graph from 10. So this is creating confusion for me. Okay, na? Or I may start the graph from minus 100. It is 0. So what I am doing, I am taking the graph from here and putting the graph like this. So what is happening? It is giving you a wrong information. Just put these two examples. One is greater than 0, one is less than 0. Yes, blue shirt. Back of you. What happened? Next one. Distorted graphics. Causes of misleading information is distorted graphics. What do you mean by distorted? A wrong image you are showing, right? Distorted graphics means, for example, this is a pie chart. Okay, I'm not giving you a clear information. I'm just giving like this. I'm not giving any information about what is this, what is this, what is this chart, and what is this part, right? So this is an unusual information given to you. So creating misleading information for you, right? Using 3D charts. The second misleading information is distorted graphics. Using 3D charts, 3D charts or or unusual shapes that distort distort interpretation, that distort means what? Unclear. What is this? The third one, improper scale. Improper scale. So what do you mean by improper scale? Anyone? What is improper scale? Improper scaling means what? People mean a scale only, right? So what do you do? I want to find out what is 30 centimeters. So from where do you start? From 0. So if I put the scaling wrong, that is I start from 5 or 6. So I have not put a proper scaling position, right? Write down improper scale. Changing scale to changing scale to make the trends. Changing scale to make the trends look bigger or smaller. To make the trends bigger or smaller. The fourth one is cherry picked data. Cherry means what? Cherry, fruit. I didn't mean it is a fruit. Cherry and cherry. Small. Antena? If I show an apple, what do you mean by that? Its size is big, right? Cherry is small. Difference enti? Size. So I am showing a small data and telling you about everything using that small data, right? So I am not giving you correct information. Clear? Right on? The last rows. Are you all writing? Cherry pick data using using the data to show, using the data to show small amount of, or you just write out what is there, small amount of selected information. Selected information. Now, can anyone give me a simple example? Simple example of this. Simple example, a real example. Cheppandi. Anyone? For example, you go to buy a car, right? ఫస్ట్ మనకు అక్కడ ఏం తప్పు ఐడెంటిఫై చేయగలగచ్చు. ఇప్పుడు నేను కార్ కొనడానికి వెళ్ళాను, సెకండ్ హ్యాండ్ కార్. ఏం చెప్పచ్చు అక్కడ మిస్టేక్స్ ఏమేమి ఐడెంటిఫై చేయొచ్చు? ఎనీవన్? కండిషన్. హౌ విల్ ఐ ఫైండ్ ద కండిషన్ ఆఫ్ ఇట్? ఇంజిన్. అదర్ దెన్ చూస్ ఎనీథింగ్? కలర్స్. ఇంకా ఇప్పుడు నేను కార్ కొనడానికి వెళ్ళాను, సెకండ్ హ్యాండ్ కార్, ఓకేనా? లేదంటే ఒక ల్యాండ్ కొనడానికి వెళ్ళాను, ఇది అందరికి ఐడియా ఉంటుంది. నేను ల్యాండ్ కొనడానికి వెళ్ళాను, ఇప్పుడు నాకు అక్కడ ఏమేమి ఎర్రర్స్ ఉంటాయి, నన్ను మిస్లీడ్ చేయాలంటే ఏమేమి చేయొచ్చు? ఈ స్పేస్ కొనడానికి వెళ్ళాను, అక్కడ ఏం చేయాలి? నేను అక్కడ చూస్తున్నాను, రైట్? ఐ కెన్ సీ దట్ డేటా. ఓకే, హియర్ మై డేటా ఈస్ ద ల్యాండ్. వాట్ కెన్ యూ డూ టు షో మీ టు మిస్లీడ్ ద ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్? What is going on? Soil. Survey number. For example, I'll say I am the owner of this place. What is the proof? ఇవాళ మన ప్రూఫ్స్ కూడా ఉన్నాయి, కానీ అది కూడా ఏంటి? మిస్లీడింగ్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్. ఇద్దరు ముగ్గురు ఒకటే ప్లాట్ కొంటున్నారు, అవునా? సో దేర్ వాట్ ఈస్ డూయింగ్, ఈజ్ ఓన్లీ ట్రైంగ్ టు షో సమ్ సపోర్టెడ్ డాక్యుమెంట్స్, ఈజ్ నాట్ షోయింగ్ యూ వాట్ ఈస్ రిక్వైర్డ్. ఓకేనా? ఇది నా ప్రాపర్టీ అంటాడు, కొనగానే ఏమవుతుంది? Might not be his property, right? So what is about that? He's showing you all the supporting documents, the images, its survey number, who is the owner of that particular plot and all that thing. He is trying to mislead you by not showing it. మనం ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తున్నాం, ఆన్లైన్ లో కూడా చూడొచ్చు, రైట్? అక్కడ మనం దొరికిపోతాం. తెలియని వాళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తారు, అది కొనేసుకుంటారు ఆ ప్లాట్, రైట్? సో సిమిలర్లీ హియర్ when you are visualizing the data, what are the misleading information which are creating you not to find the required data anatu. This is about that one. Okay na? What do you mean by misleading visualization? Girls, when I go back, girls are talking. When I come forward, boys are talking. So what do you mean by misleading information? What are the types of misleading information? How do you find? First one is, what is the first one? Yes, you are showing a graph which is either moving forward or backward, that is not zero. Second one is distorted graphics, means what? The image is not clear. Fine, I have shown a pie chart, it is not clear. Next, improper scaling, means what? The position is not put properly. Next one is cherry pick data, means what? Only small amount of data is taken and shown to you. Clear? Now write down how to avoid misleading visualization. How do we avoid that? First one ఏంటి? గ్రాఫ్ ఉంది కదా, ఇది కాదు. ఫస్ట్ వన్ మనకి ఎక్కడి నుంచి మిస్లీడ్ అవుతున్నాము? ఫస్ట్ గ్రాఫ్, జీరో నుంచి ఎక్కువ తీసుకుంటున్నాం లేకపోతే తక్కువ తీసుకుంటున్నాం, రైట్? సో టేకింగ్ అ కరెక్ట్ గ్రాఫ్ పొజిషన్, డోంట్ సీ దేర్, you just understand and write it. First what you are doing, the graph position should be correct, not greater than 0 or less than 0. So when you take an image, what do you do to avoid it? Avoid unnecessary effects. Write down, avoid unnecessary effects. Next one, use correct scale. Use correct scale. Next, show complete data set. Complete data set. Next one, label the charts clearly. Label the charts clearly. Yes, stop talking. Now what have we done here? Don't write. What is this? We have used the systems to create visualization, right? What do you mean by interaction? It is nothing but using actions like zooming, filtering, drill down, right? Next, what are the visualization techniques? You are using charts to represent the data. And how are you misleading information? By giving you incorrect or misleading information or deceptive data, right? Next, so that was one-dimensional chart. This is a two-dimensional chart. I hope you know all these things. Two-dimensional chart with also, right? Multi-dimensional like this. That is nothing but here it is showing the education level. It is showing the salary, and I'm using a bubble chart to represent the multi-dimensional information. Next, write down text and document visualization. Text and document visualization. Text and document visualization. What do you mean by text documents? Any example? Any example? Images are not text documents, right? Emails are, I am giving you some data, I am telling you to represent a PDF. That is also called as text document. So write down, text data is one of the common forms of text data is one of the common forms of data. We use text documents. We use text documents to analyze and represent. We use text documents to analyze and represent the data visually. Don't see there. To visualize and represent the data visually, to analyze and represent the data visually. Example, write down some articles, PDF, or some social post. Post అంటే ఏంటి? Text data. Okay na? Social post. So we are using the different visualization tools. Write down the different visualization tools. The different visualization tools such as Tableau. Different visualization tools such as Tableau, Tableau, and Tableau and Power BI and Power BI can also visualize the processed data. Now just here, what is text data? Text data and ఏంటి? Right? What do you mean by textual data? For example, I'm sending a message to you. That is called as text data, right? Or I'm sending some WhatsApp to you, some data to you, that is called as text data. See here, text data refers to information stored in the form of words, sentences or documents rather than numbers. I am not using numbers here, right? The different examples are this one. So textual data is usually unstructured. So what do you mean by unstructured data? What are the three types of data? Structured, unstructured and semi-structured. So what do you mean by structured data? Labeled data. Andena? For example, I tell, please send me an assignment either in PDF or in Word or in Excel or in an image. So is there any structure which you are following there? No, there is no structure I am following there. I said either PDF or Excel or the Word, any type of data. Clear? Next I say, send me the assignment in the form of a PDF. Means what? PDF has a structure. Clear? That is semi-structured data. ఎందుకంటే నేను మీకు font size text pattern అవి చెప్పలేదు. Right? If I say I want the font size this one, this is my font, it should be of this diagrams and all these things means that is a structured data. Clear? So there are three types of data: structured, semi-structured and unstructured data. So here what you are doing, text data is usually unstructured. I may send any information, right? Next, what are texted documents? Document means what? Just put down this side headings. What is the text data? Example, messages. Write down. What is text data means? Example, messages. You have to understand what is a message. Next, what are text documents? Collection of all different messages. For example, I got some information from a student. All what he has sent, I'll put it in the form of a document. Okay, write on. Text document means what? Example, a mail or a PDF. Next, write on. Process of visualizing text data. Process of visualizing text data. Many of them do not have pens with you. So what's the process? Put down the process. Text documents. From that, you are processing the text. Write down like this only. From the given documents, I am processing the text. Next, I am extracting the features. We will discuss this. Extracting the features. Then visualization. Can anyone give me example of this one? How to visualize? How do we visualize them? Example, simple example, tell me. Tondar Chapali. What do you mean by visualization of this textual data? How do you visualize them? Example. First, what you are doing here? You are taking the documents, all set of documents you are taking here, processing the data, feature extraction, then is visualization. Simple example of that. మన T20 World Cup అయింది అయినా దాంట్లోకి ఏమైనా ఎగ్జాంపుల్ తీసుకోవచ్చా మనం టెక్స్ట్ డాక్యుమెంట్స్ అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఇండియా ఎన్ని మ్యాచెస్ ఆడింది డోంట్ నో 3 see of all the different yes please stop talking మీరు మాట్లాడద్దు ఏముంటే నాకు చెప్పండి ఎంతమంది ప్లే ఆడారు అందులో how many countries have played 20 right from that we want to see that is called as a text document understand as an example text document means what if I ask you in T20 World Cup how many countries have played 20 countries have played they are giving all their data right? From that, I am processing the data. Who has come to semi-final? And all the data which is there, you are removing them. I am processing. Means what? Unwanted countries అని తీసేశారు. Semi-final కి ఎవరు వచ్చారు? 4 countries వచ్చాయి. Right? All their information I have texted, I have put them in the form of a processed data. Next, feature extraction means what? From them, who are coming to final? I have taken them. Feature extraction means what? Now, how many of them have played? ఎంతమంది 4 కొట్టారు, ఎంతమంది 6 కొట్టారు? ఆ మ్యాచ్ లో ఫీచర్ మీన్స్ వాట్? Required information, unwanted information, I am removing it from there, right? Some feature means what? Either they have bet 6 runs or 4 runs. Only దాన్నే collect చేసుకొని I am representing it and I am visualizing that information. Is that clear? That is called as feature extraction and visualization. So all that is about that. See, text collection means what? You are gathering all the documents, right? Whatever is required there. Text processing means what? You are cleaning the text. Cleaning means what? Removing all the unwanted things. So here, removing means stop words or punctuations. Stop words means what? Whatever is not required, right? Some punctuation marks, that is comma, semicolon, all those will be removed. And next one, feature extraction means identifying important words or patterns. So what's the pattern I said? Either it should beat 4 runs or 6 runs. That is my pattern. Next, displaying results using charts or diagrams. Just put this one, this is important. Anpistunda meeku? No? Write down this one. Yes, stop talking. You are not writing. On the right. This is good. నీకు నిద్ర వస్తుందా లేదా? వాట్ ఈస్ దిస్ గై డూయింగ్? అక్కడి నుంచి రాసుకోవడం మీద కనిపించట్లేదా? రేడియస్ చెప్తుంది. హలో, వాట్ ఈస్ దట్ గై డూయింగ్? వై మొబైల్స్? ఒక 1-2 hours కూర్చోలేరు వితౌట్ మొబైల్స్? ఎస్, కంప్లీటెడ్. ఓవర్. ఏం చేయాలి? బటన్ పెట్టి ఫస్ట్ ఎలా ఉన్నా చూడు, రౌడీలాగా. కంప్లీటెడ్. కనిపించట్లేదా? వాట్ ఆర్ యూ డూయింగ్? వేరే అన్నీ లోపల పెట్టేశారు. ఇవన్నీ ఎందుకు మనకి? stop talking. Over. Yes. Yes, put on this example. Otherland, leave it. Next, write down. Just put this one. ఇది మీకు అర్థమవుతుంది. Just put on this example. Text data means, yes, text data means words and sentences stored digitally. All the previous ones were diagrams. Text data means nothing but words and sentences stored digitally. Next, text documents means, yes, please be quiet. Text documents means what? Files containing textual information. Yes. Next, text visualization means graphical representation of textual data. What are the techniques here we are using? We are using word count. This is not cloud, word count. Word count, frequency charts, and topic visualization. Yes, please be quiet. Yes, no discussion, please. Shall I go to the next one? Yes. Completed. Yes, please be quiet. Next, write. See, all these are the different things. మీవన్నీ మీరు రాసుకోవాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. What does it contain? Examples, all those things. Not required. Next, write down. Text processing pipeline. Yes. Please be quiet. Yeah, I don't want any discussion now. Write down. Text processing pipeline. Yes, please be quiet. Why are you talking so much? మీరు ఇలానే మాట్లాడితే ఏసీ ఆఫ్ చేపించేస్తా మొత్తం చేపించేసాలి ఆఫ్ చేపియాలా yes stop talking to me yes now stop talking write down text processing pipeline under that first one how do you process this text one is by using tokenization what do you mean by tokenization tokens అంటే ఏంటి what is a token you have done it in compiler design I think compiler design అయిందా theory of computation yes or no ఉందా లేదా సబ్జెక్ట్ no you don't have flat no what do you mean by tokenization tokens అంటే ఏంటి Theory of computation. లేదా అది కూడా లేదా? Yes, stop talking. Yes, can anyone tell me what do you mean by a token? Token అంటే ఏంటి? Not a small coin. At least in our language, what is a token? Yeah. Now please stop talking. So what is a token first of all? Token is nothing but, for example, I say a word hello. Yes. Now please be quiet. So what is a token here means, if I break this into a smaller part, what will happen? If I remove the O, what will happen here? Hell. This is a word, right? If I break this into a smaller part, if I remove L, is this having any meaning? HEL, does it have any meaning? No. Next, if I break this into smaller part, what will happen? It will become he. Does it have any meaning? Yes. So next, if I break this into smaller part, what will happen? H. So H is a character, right? Token means nothing but a word which is broken down into smallest meaningful part is called as a token. Any word. For example, I say hello world. Hello is different word. World is a different word. So for this hello, a smallest meaningful word is called as a token or an identifier. What are identifiers? In C language, what are identifiers? We are C language students, we are C upcoming software professionals. What is an identifier? Correct? What is an identifier? Yes, last row. Last rows. What is an identifier? For example, I write int a. So what is a here? A variable or an identifier. Clear? So here we call it as an identifier or a variable. Here it is called as a token. So what is a token now? Next time if anyone asks you what is a token, what do you say? Is it a small coin? No, a smallest meaningful word or a smallest word which has some meaning. Is that clear? Put this example of a token. Take this word, break it into smaller parts. The smallest meaningful word is called as a token. Randy. That is called as tokenization. Yes, please stop talking. Hello. Put that example. What do you mean by token? Yeah, smallest meaningful word. Example, you put it. You have to break the word like this. అయిపోయిందా? Yes. Right on the first pipeline is tokenization. Means what? Some example you have taken here. So first, what are you doing here? Tokenization means what? Segmenting text into form of terms, right? So what are they? You are removing some stop words. What are the different stop words? You are having a and the of all these things, right? Next, numbers and symbols are removed. Next, some different unrequired commas, I said. Full stops or punctuation marks are removed from the data. Clear? Second one is stemming. What do you mean by stemming? Stemming. Stemming అంటే ఏంటి? Not joining here. Similar words are put together. Group together different forms of a word. Means what? If I say hello, other form of hello is what? Hi. So these two are together. You are collecting similar words into one pattern. That is called as stemming. So here you are given example, visualization is similar to visualize or visually visual. Ivanni same. So these are same parts of same common words. Next is goes, went, gone, go. Anni okate. Right? All similar words are grouped together. Next one is ordered list of words. Terms or words are same. Ordered list of words. You are counting the number of similar words here. Write down ordered list of words or terms. Yes, please stop talking. Now write down, just put down these examples. Card visuals, card visuals, card visuals. Next, map visualization, map visualization. Next one, who is that? The last guy. Table and matrix visualizations. So you're having ordered list of terms or words. Under that you get all these things. Card visuals, map visualization, table and matrix visualization. So just here, simple example. Here what you are using? You are using tables and don't write all these things. These are just simple examples. You are using these tables and matrix visualization. You are using to create a document with, see here, title, author and other relevant details. Right? And you are highlighting whatever is required information in your particular paper. Clear? Next, write down heat maps for text data. Heat maps for textual data. Please stop talking. Heat maps for textual data. Under that, write down visualizing the intensity. Visualizing the intensity of a word. Yes. Who is stopping talking? Please stop talking. Yes. Visualize the intensity of a word. Visualize the intensity of a word. Occurrence. How many times a word is occurring? Sentiment scores. Sentiment scores. In a document, heat map provides heat map provides a quick overview of heat map provides a quick overview of patterns and trends. A quick overview of patterns and trends. Now, what do you mean by clustering? Clusters means what? Example. Clusters and ఏంటి? Grouping, right? So here you are talking about document clustering. Write down document clustering. Under that you write down grouping similar documents together, grouping similar documents together based on content similarity. If the content is similar, you are grouping them into one cluster. Visualization tools can display clusters and relationships, can display clusters and relationship between different groups. Now example just here, these are the card visuals. మనం డైలీ చూస్తున్నాం గోల్డ్ రేట్ ఎట్లా పెరుగుతుంది అనేది మనకు వెబ్సైట్ లో గూగుల్లో కనబడుతుంది లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్ లో, దాన్ని కార్డ్ విజువల్ అంటారు. ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇస్ దిస్ వన్, image or web URLs are this one. So what is this one? This is a bitmap image, right? These are cookies. This is a JPG file. Okay, you're putting them into different clusters. So these are coming to a similar cluster because these are the images. Clear? Put on example. Don't draw all these things. Write on card visuals. Write on example. Card visuals showing gold trends. Showing gold trends. Gold trends. Next, image and web URL. So what are the different images you are having? JPG image, bitmap image or cookies. All these come under similar images. Next one, stop talking. Write on challenges of I want, yes, this blue shirt fellow who is standing there. అబ్బాయి పేరేముంది, ఇది ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయాలి నువ్వు ఇప్పుడు. Challenges of, write on challenges of text visualization. Challenges of text visualization. So what are the challenges? He will explain this one now. ఇదే క్లాస్ నాకు తెలుసుదా కాదా, థర్డ్ ఇయర్ కాదా, ఈ క్లాసే కదా, ఇప్పటిదాకా అక్కడ కూర్చున్నాడు కదా, మళ్ళీ ఈ క్లాసే నాకు తెలుసు ఈ అబ్బాయి. Next one, who will explain these challenges? See there, what is there? Just you have to explain those challenges. Write down those. What are the challenges of this one? Over. మొబైల్ ఎందుకు యూస్ చేస్తున్నావు, రాసావా? అదెందుకు తీసుకున్నది, ఏముంది అందులో చెప్పనా? ఇప్పుడు ఏముంది నీకు, ఇప్పుడు ఏముంది నీకు, ప్లేస్మెంట్ ఏమైనా ఉందా? ఏం ఎగ్జామ్? ఆర్ఆర్బి ఎగ్జామ్ ఇప్పుడు ఎందుకు ఉంది నీకు? ఎప్పుడుంది ఎగ్జామ్? ఏం రాస్తున్నావు ఆర్ఆర్బీలు, ఏం రాస్తున్నావు? అవును. సరే చదువుకోవడానికి సైలెంట్గా చదువు, పక్కన డిస్టర్బ్ చేయదు. Completed? Yes. What are the challenges of text visualization? Tell me. First one is high dimensionality. What do you mean by high dimensionality? Yes. What do you mean by this? What are the challenges faced for text visualization? When you are viewing some text, what are the challenges? First one is high dimensionality. That is, wherever possible, use the text to represent some particular data. Okay. What do you mean by this one? You are having a cluster, right? You are using some text to represent the same pattern of text is used here. Next, context and semantics. What do you mean by that? Provide relevant context. Okay, you are showing a diagram. There you are providing a relevant context to understand. Okay, to understand the given data. Next, modeling abstraction. What do you mean by abstraction? Abstraction ante enti? Java అయింది. What is abstraction? Yes. Maroon shirt, please stand up. Wait, second one. What do you mean by abstraction? Second guy I told. What is abstraction? Java అయిందా? Abstraction అయిందా? Chep. Anyone? Done? What is abstraction? Is there any useless data in abstraction? Hiding the details of implementation is called as abstraction. So what you are doing here you are writing about modeling abstraction means what? You are determining your analysis task. How the task is done, you are not showing. You are not implementing. For example, I made a reel. Reels అయితే తెలుసు కదా, ఇట్లాంటివి అయితే మీకు అన్నీ అర్థమవుతాయి. రీల్ చేసినప్పుడు హౌ మచ్ వర్క్ ఐ హ్యావ్ డన్ అంటే ఎక్కడెక్కడికి వెళ్ళాను. Some place, for example, I've gone there. I am not showing you where I went, how I have implemented that reel, but I have just showed you the reel. Okay, that is called as abstraction. My textual data, I want to make some data, right? That one in the form of a reel I am representing, where I have done all that, how much time it has taken, how much amount it has taken, all that I am not showing you. Just my reel is played. Is that clear? That is called as modeling abstraction. Is that clear? Write down there. Modeling abstraction means determine your analysis task. Yes, please stop talking. Last row. Determine your analysis task. Next one, understand abstraction of your language models. Understanding abstraction of your language models. Next one, match analysis task with appropriate tools and models. Match analysis task with appropriate tools and models. So in this unit, just see, I've just gone only of the highlights of this unit, not complete unit. Now see here, we have done about classification of visual systems. What are the different classifications? Don't turn the pages. Meeku gurtundali. Scientific, information visualization, data analytics. Next one, what do you mean by system? System means what? You are taking some textual data, converting the data in the form of images, that is either graphs or charts, right? What do you mean by interaction? Interaction means how do you interact with the system? You are zooming, filtering, next one, highlighting, drill down. So write about them with examples. Next, visualization techniques. What are they? Bar chart, heat map. Next, what do you mean by misleading? Giving you some wrong information. So how is that wrong information is given to you? By giving the chart greater than the given value, that is 0 or less than 0. Next one, what is the next one? Unclear images. What's the next one? Huh? Improper scaling. Next one, cherry pick the data, right? This one. Next, how are you overcoming that misleading information? By giving a correct scaling, correct clear images and all the data which is required, right? Next one, what do you mean by visualization of one, two and multidimensional data? Simple thing here, how are we viewing the data? Okay, one dimensional means in the form of one variable, that is x-axis, y-axis. In y-axis or x-axis you give the information, age of different persons. Two-dimensional data ante x-axis, y-axis you give both. Multi-dimensional data means what? In a single graph you are showing multiple images. Is that clear? In the form of a bubble chart. Next one, what are text and text documents? What is a text? Some information. So what is a text here? It can be a word, a sentence or a paragraph. What do you mean by document? All the different texts put together is called as a document, right? So how are you taking the information from this textual information? Images ఎట్లా తీసుకుంటున్నాం? Textual information నుంచి మనకు diagrams కావాలి, ఎలా తీసుకుంటున్నాం? How are we taking them? Just now we have done, right? What is it? What did we do in text documents? The last one, last slide, what you have done? See here. So you have taken the card visuals, images and web URLs for visualizing this map data or table or matrix visualization. Next, what you have done? The challenges in text visualization, and first you are getting high density of information. In that, whatever required text data is there, you are taking that. Content and semantics. Semantics ante enti? Similar pattern data, and next one is modeling the abstraction. Clear? Just take 2 minutes time. Yes, I just said take 2 minutes time, not more than that. So you have done text visualization, right? Next one you have to do visualization of groups. What do you mean by groups? Simple example, what do you mean by groups? Group and enti. Group. Two different groups. What do you mean by that? Separating a common students into two different groups, right? So different distinction, this one you are doing visualization. How are you visualizing groups? Next one is visualization of trees, visualization of networks, visualization of clusters. How are you viewing them? So how are you viewing these groups? See, visualizing groups in data allows for the comparison. So how are you comparing this data? By using bar charts, grouped bar charts, box plots, violin plots. These are, you have to know what are all these things. And color coded scatter plots. Hello. Right? So what are common techniques which include this splitting data into different categories are aggregating the data into ranges and using colors to highlight the subsets. Right? Just put on this one. Visualization of groups. Visualization of groups. The groups are visualized. The groups are visualized using different plots. The groups are visualized using different plots. So what are the different plots you are having? Color plot, violin plot. These are the different diagrams. Right? No one has a pen in this class. Hmm? So what are you doing here? You are comparing the data. Yes, stop talking. Head on. Common techniques. Are you all writing? Head on. Common techniques include splitting data into రాస్తున్నారా లేదా right, splitting data into common techniques include splitting data categories into categories to compare values, aggregating data into ranges, and using colors to highlight subsets. Right on. The different charts used for representing groups, the different charts used for representing groups. Afternoon when you're coming, you have to get a pen, everyone. Okay? Those who do not have a pen now, afternoon when you're coming, you have to get a pen with you. Grouped bar charts. You are using a grouped bar charts, box plots. So you are using all these things for visualizing groups. Grouped bar charts, box plots, violin plots, and color coded scatter plots. And color coded scattered plots. Here, write on data clusters. Just now you have discussed what is a cluster. Black dress, this girl, you only. Second one, what do you mean by data cluster? Example I want. What happened? What is a cluster? Example. Andarga. What is an example of a cluster? Simple example I am asking. What is a cluster example? Clusters and enti. Yes. What is a cluster example? Example చెప్పండి. Simple example. Real world example at least. ఏదైనా ఒక ఎగ్జాంపుల్ తీసుకొని చెప్పాలి. Cluster అంటే అట్లా కాదు. Cluster means nothing but different places. Example. Yeah. మన దగ్గర ఏం ఫేమస్? అదే అడుగుతున్నా నేను. రియల్ వరల్డ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ అన్నప్పుడు you have to understand that something we are talking about real thing. What is special if I come here? Special of your place? Sweet. ఏ స్వీట్? తాజా. సో దాని క్లస్టర్స్ ఎక్కడ ఉన్నాయంటే ఏం చెప్తారు? ఆ సెల్ ఎక్కడెక్కడ అమ్ముతారంటే ఏం చెప్తారు? కోటయ్య స్వీట్స్ అంటారు. కోటయ్య స్వీట్స్ డిఫరెంట్ ప్లేసెస్లో ఉన్నాయి కదా, ఒక్కొక్క ఏరియాలో ఉన్నాయి కదా. మీరు ఎగ్జాంపుల్ అన్నప్పుడు రియల్ వరల్డ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ తీసుకోవాలి. ఈజ్ దట్ క్లియర్? సో దోస్ షాప్స్ వేర్ దే ఆర్ సెల్లింగ్ దెమ్, those are called as different clusters of that similar item. Is that clear? That similar item, they are being sold in those different clusters. Is that clear? Just put an example there. So here you are using scatter plot to represent these clusters. Right on. Scatter plots are used to visualize data. For clusters you are using scatter plots now. Clear? Scatter plots are used to visualize. Yes. Please stop talking. Are used to visualize data points. Are used to visualize data points based together on certain characteristics. Based together on certain characteristics. Yes, put down this example. This is a scatter plot again. Just put down this example. I am using a height and this one. I am using height and diameter here to represent a scatter plot. Put down this diagram. Yes, stop talking. Yeah, put down the diagram. Kaniyandi. Yes, stop talking now. Put down the diagram. You don't know what is a scatter plot. Scatter plot ఏంటి? How do we represent scatter plots? Scatter plot. అనండి వేయండి ఎగ్జాంపుల్ వేయండి. ఎస్ ఐ సెడ్ పుట్ డౌన్ ద డయాగ్రామ్. ఆ డయాగ్రామ్ వేసుకోమన్నా నేను. ఎందుకు మాట్లాడుతున్నారు మీరు? ఎస్ పుట్ డౌన్ స్కాటర్ ప్లాట్. The x1 will show height and y, sorry, x is diameter, y is height. Kaniyandi, x and y. X is diameter and y is height. లంచ్ తర్వాత పెన్ తీసుకోండి. ఫోన్ క్లాస్ ఉన్నప్పుడు ఫోన్ ఎత్తకపోతే వాళ్ళు ఏం చెప్పారు కదా. చేస్తారు చేస్తారు అట్లనే. నెక్స్ట్ వన్ అయిపోయిందా? డయాగ్రామ్ వేసారా? నెక్స్ట్ హెడ్ ఆన్ క్లస్టర్ డెండోగ్రామ్. క్లస్టర్ డెండోగ్రామ్, DENDOGRAM. It is a tree-like diagram. Cluster dendrogram. DENDO, dendrogram. It is a tree-like diagram. Yes, last rows. You all will sit here now. Next time if I find you all talking, you have to sit here, down. It is a tree-like diagram representing. It is a tree-like diagram representing hierarchical structure. Hierarchical structure or clustering is same. Hierarchical structure of data points. Hierarchical structure of data points. So just see here. This is a normal graph. Okay na? This is x and y. Dendrogram means you are representing it in a reverse graph, like a tree. Is that clear? This is called as a dendrogram. The same images are represented in the form of a tree. Please put this one. Put this graph first, then put this one. Yes, stop talking now. Put down the diagram. Over. Last rows, have you completed? Where is the graph? ఎక్కడున్నావు ఇంకా నేను ఎక్కడున్నా నువ్వు ఎక్కడున్నావు చూడు. పేజీలు ఉన్నాయి కదా అవి అక్కడ ఏం కాదు. Now see here, we have spoke about different charts, right? After lunch I will be asking what are all these things. So what is a grouped bar chart? Write down grouped bar charts. Grouped bar charts, it compares values across compares values across two different grouping variables across, yes, please stop talking, across two different grouping variables by placing multiple bars side by side. So what is the example of this? Simple example. You all are going for aptitude classes, GATE aptitude classes you are going. No. In that one you are having ఏమొస్తుంది దేని కిందకి వస్తుంది ఇది చార్ట్స్ అవన్నీ వస్తాయి కదా aptitude లో వస్తాయి. So what do you mean by grouped bar charts? That boy who is seeing outside, stand up. Yeah, please stand up. Yeah, what are grouped bar charts now? తొందర చెప్పాలి. What are grouped bar charts? తొందర చెప్పు. See that what it is and tell. What are grouped bar charts? Yes. What are grouped bar charts? Any example? For example, I'll ask you, what is the ratio of boys and girls in the year 2018? గుర్తుందా ఇట్లాంటి క్వశ్చన్ వస్తుందా 2018, 19, 20, 21 ratio of boys to girls. Have you seen this type of question any time? Yes, last rows. Yes or no? Yes. How do you take that example? How do you put that example? Now see here. Yes, stop talking. Yes, now how do you put a grouped bar chart? For example, I'll ask you, find the ratio of boys and girls. This is in the year 2018, right? Sorry, this is XY graph. Okay, in the year 2018, this is the number of students in the class. Clear? Again, in the year 2019, these are the number of students in the class. 2020, these are the number of students in the class. So what did I ask you? I've asked you a similar question. Find out the number of boys is to girls in the class. Means what? In all the years together. This is called as a grouped bar chart. Okay, they belong to a similar group, but they belong to different years. Again, here I'll ask, find the number of students studying Java in the year 2018. So this becomes another group. Clear? You might have found this example. Right? Put this example. So this is one group. This is another group. Put this example. All of you. Grouped bar charts means, put the diagram. Write down XY graph in the year 2018, 19, 20. Yes, please stop talking. Put down the charts in the year 2018, 19 and 20. That shows the number of boys to girls. That shows the ratio of number of boys to girls. Next one, stacked bar chart. Stacked, S-T-A-C-K-E-D. Stacked bar chart. So what does this do? It breaks down, write down. It breaks down a primary group bar chart. It breaks down a primary group into smaller components, smaller components to show, into smaller components to show relative composition. Next one, plots. The third one is a box plot. So what do you mean by box plot? They are also called as box or whisker plots. Right on? They are also called as box or whisker, W-H-I-S-K-E-R, whisker plots. So what do you do here? You find the median. Right on? It displays median. You know what is median, right? It displays median values for comparing groups with statistics. So here we deal with different statistics here. You are dealing with the statistics here. Next one, violin plots. Next one is violin plots. So these are similar to box plots. But shows the probability. What does it do? Violin plots. It shows the probability distribution. Sorry, probability density of the data. Density of data at different values. Density of data at different values. Yes, stop talking. Different values by giving a more detailed view, by giving a more detailed view, a more detailed view of the distribution, giving more detailed view of the distribution. Next, color-coded scatter plots. What are they actually? You have to write down all that. Color-coded scatter plots. What do you mean color-coded? Color-coded means what do you do? We highlight the graph by using colors. Okay, write down. It displays relationship Where were you? Where were you? Displays relationship between two numerical values. Displays relationship between two numerical values. So here we call the values as variables. Okay. By using colors to represent different groups. Next one, heat maps. Heat maps displays a grid of values. Heat maps displays a grid of values on two categories. Next one, histograms. Yes, stop talking. Histograms shows the distribution of, yes, I'll throw you out. Shows the distribution of a single numerical value. Histogram shows the distribution of a single numerical value. Value or variable is same. Remember that. By splitting it into continuous continuous by splitting it into continuous range bins, BINS. What is a histogram? That one you have to draw here. Next one, social network graphs, BINS. Social network graphs represents nodes as individuals, and edges as relationships. You need to know nodes and edges. Trees and graphs. Nodes as individuals, and edges as relationship. Often showing communities or clusters. Often showing communities or clusters. Now just see what are the different types of graphs for groups. For the groups, what are the different types of graphs? Just see all of them. Where are you all standing? What happened? Place లేదా ఇప్పటిదాకా ఎక్కడ వెళ్ళారు? Where were you till now? ఎన్ఎస్ఎస్ ఎన్ఎస్ఎస్ బట్టలే లేవు, ఎన్ఎస్ఎస్ అంటారేంటి? మళ్ళీ ఇంటికి సార్, మళ్ళీ రిటర్న్ 1.